Let's try this again. All right, let's try this again. Welcome back, everybody. Let's uh
All right,
okay,
we're gonna try again.
for sure, man. What's the most important
Um,
thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
and anyone is capable of being their own boss. Um, I think that we were like raised in a generation of like you gotta work under somebody or work for what you want. And um, growing up in the restaurant industry, especially, um, kind of figured out like if you want to do something else, if you want to be your own boss, it's very like capable, like it's very possible to kind of do whatever you want if you want to. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not to say that you can't work for somebody, but if you really want to be a social media person or a Lyft driver, like whatever, like they're all possible routes. So
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. So we'll just dive right in. What was your first sneaker moment or
yeah,
sneaker memory that you could think of?
so I've kind of expressed to you a little bit. My sneaker history is uh, definitely not like a lot of people. So I was chronically ill as a child. I had a rare genetic disorder um, that was not named until it was um, like what's the word? Um, trial and error. It was um, bone marrow transplant at the age of 9. Anyways, he wasn't named until after, but part of it was I stopped rowing for 6 years straight, so I didn't get sneakers um, unless they were completely worn out as a kid. So in fifth grade is when I really like I would say like discovered Jordan and other sneaker products. And I used my allowance money to buy my first pair of Jordans, and I've never looked back since. Um, I went from, you know, buying my first pair to owning 10, 15, 20 pairs at a time um, with money that I earned from working, allowance, or whatever. And I went crazy. I wanted every little piece of information from owning a pair of Shacks at Payless to a pair of one type jeans. Anything that I could get my hands on, to be honest. I just I wanted to dive headed into the sneaker community.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember what that first Jordan was that you bought?
It was a Jumpman Team Jordan with like the silver disc. Um, it was a Ray pair, Colt Ray. I don't remember the actual like Team Jordan name. But my first pair of uh, let's see if I have the box. So yeah, my first pair of Air Jordan. This is in fifth grade. 13 and a half with a Colt Ray 9.
Okay.
So granted, I'm way undersized for most fifth graders, but this was the first Air Jordan that I ever bought.
Got you. Got you. Okay. Okay. Now,
And
one thing I've
I have a pair now. They're not wearable, but to keep them on ice.
I got you. I got you. That's the cool grade 9 that I have, the 2002 pair.
Yeah,
I never got the pair from 12. So, but
me
one thing
either.
I was gonna say, you seem to wear a lot of variety, on your page. I know you just said that you really like to get into you want to know about the Tai Chis and just different kinds of shoes.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a favorite kind of, silhouette that's like your go-to silhouette to wear?
So I adopted my nickname, Mr. Shoe, from the Air Force One. Um, I started working at Champs in high school in 2007, 2008,
Okay,
and that's when when I say like started like collecting. I don't use the term collecting, but I really started like buying shoes. Was like 2007, 2008, and when I started having people call me Mr. Shoe, after that Air Force One, that's a silhouette that I like really love. But I'm not privy to anything. Like I'm not like attached to anything. It's just more like if I like it, if I can wear it, if I can like the colorway or like whatever, it's cool for me.
got you. Okay, okay. Now, with Air Force Ones being that shoe for you, do you have a preference of
Yeah,
high, mid, or low, or is it just whatever?
definitely low.
Okay, definitely
Low
low.
to me
All
is
right.
like the most wearable. Me not being a very like tall person, highs make me look shorter, but I think there's a lot of mids that get slept on.
Okay.
But in the same regard, like there's not a lot of good mids either.
You don't think so?
They're very, I think they're very like scattered.
Mm,
I think they're out there, but I think like they're hard to find.
okay. I will say I feel like the best mids probably came out in the late '90s when they were
Yeah,
still doing the Jewel Air Force Ones.
yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I don't feel like I've bought a mid probably since 2017. I bought some random. They were just gray with a blue swoosh. I think that was probably the last mid that I bought. But it's mainly just been highs or lows for me. Well, you know what? I take
I
that
think,
back. I bought the NYC gray mids
oh yeah.
last year or year
Okay.
before, whenever they retroed.
I I think mids have their place, but I think like kind of like the Air Jordan One mid, we
Hmm.
kind of like skip over it and we go towards a high or a low, but the mid is kind of like the middle ground, not pun intended, but like it's just not produced as much. It's just not out there as much.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. Okay.
So
Okay. Now, with um, with you being a little older now, what size shoe do you wear now?
I wear a 7 to 8, so I'm a unicorn size.
Yeah.
My like true to size is 7 and 8 or 7.5. So a lot of shoes are like um like that Japan exclusive.
Okay. So 8 is like kind of on the big size for you. Big side for you. If you get an 8, it's kind of big.
Yeah, especially like Air Force. Yeah, like especially like Air Force Ones. Depending on the cut. Um, so I absolutely hate grade school Jordan. I don't buy a 7 youth in Jordan because they miss all the details and the cut is terrible. Um, so like that's something that I'll go on a 7.5 or 8, but an Air Force One I'll wear a 7.
I was just about to ask you that if you mess with the GS sizing at all, but there is a big discrepancy with the Jordans, I feel like. And then grade school resale is a new thing too, because before
I
the
mean,
pandemic,
yeah,
that
even
wasn't
nowadays,
a
like
thing.
you hear more about women's exclusives, but they're not really women's exclusives because they go all the way to like 15 women's. That's not an exclusive. They're just flooding the market with the right tagline. To me, it's like in 2007, 2006, a women's exclusive only went to a women's 9.5 or 10, which is more of a women's size.
Mm.
Going all the way to a 16 isn't a women's exclusive.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I got the Shy Pinks and the women's Aquas back then, and they went up to a 12.
You got the Shy Pinks and the Atlas.
The Shy Pinks and the Shy Pink 5 and the women's Aquas, I was able to get them because at the time, oddly enough, I worked for Champ Sports in 2007 and
Right,
8. So
right.
we didn't get the Shy Pinks, but we did. I'm pretty sure we got the women's Aquas. 'Cause in 06, we got those Sand Forests for women and a
Right.
couple other ones. But what I was going to say is I think nowadays, I think that the companies are trying to kill grade school and just make it men's and women's.
I mean, yes, but I mean, obviously, like the pricing, but I still don't feel like if they really want to like focus on like women's sizing, they're not going to go up to like a 15 and 16 in women.
Uh,
I think I think it's a general purpose shoe that they want to like label, but if if you really like want to go into women's sizing, then you would stop at a 10.5 or 11. Where in the jams, the amount of 10.5 and 11 is few and far between.
right, right, right. Okay,
Just my
okay.
opinion.
Now,
What camps did you work for? Sorry, if you don't want me asking.
well, now I'm from Cleveland, so the Champs
Oh
I
yeah,
worked at was in Tower City Center. It was in downtown Cleveland.
okay.
You know,
So the manager that hired me at camps, you may have heard of, Mike Angel. Mike Angel. He ran the Times Square champs for a few years.
yeah, that name sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah. So that's who hired me in out of high school.
Okay, okay. Now, with you having the diverse collection you have, none of us really know. Like, I know how many pairs of this collection or that collection, but I don't know how many I have in total. Do you know how many shoes you have in total?
I want to say somewhere between 400 and 500,
Okay.
but I'm more like you, where like I know like I own 50 pairs of Air Forces, 70 pairs of Jordans, 70 pairs of Vans, um, probably like 30 Nike basketball, 30 or 40 Air Max. Um, but something that I've kind of realized is in my time, I've probably owned 1,000 pairs. I think, come and go. And something that I've never like focused on is owning certain pairs. But I probably owned the majority of like whatever is like hype at some point. You know, Tiffany SBs, California. Like I've never owned Red October, but like a lot of big name shoes I've owned at one point. If I don't own them now.
Okay. So what would you say is the rarest pair that you own now?
I don't. Um, the rarest pair that I probably own now, a lot of people wouldn't even like think about, but I own a pair of the laser leather Hortez, which is like one of 200.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Again, Laser Project doesn't get any love now, but for me, it's my favorite Nike pack ever.
Or if it does, because what is that from like '05?
Yeah, oh
I
five, oh
know
six, I think.
the dunks get some of the love from that, the dunks from that pack, but just
The
them.
Air Force One is the one that gets the most love, but the Laser uh, seamless Cortez is one of 200. So
Hmm.
I have
Okay.
I have a pair of the Air Shady Burst, which is one of
Oh yeah.
1,000. Huh?
I said, oh yeah, you got the
Yeah,
Shady Burst, the gray joints. Okay.
but they're not wearable anymore. And actually, now that I think I have a pair of the Kryptonites, which is one of
Oh
100.
wow,
Yeah,
wow,
but
wow. Phone
again, like
positive
these
light.
are things like I gotta miss because they're not talked about. You know what I mean? Like I know I have them, but like if you put them on marketplace or like whatever, like people don't talk about them anymore.
Hmm. Yeah. If I could find some kryptonates in my size, I'd be all over those. So, but I don't know. One thing that sucks about being from Cleveland is we didn't get a House of Hoops until 2013. So to me, that was kind of when that was ending with the PEs and you can go there and get a random
Yeah, I mean
Harlem
Maryland. I
Cruiser
think
Hyper
Maryland only
Rise or
had
something.
one. Yeah, I think Maryland only had one for at least 7 or 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay. Yeah. Now,
I
with you
mean
being in Maryland,
Maryland in general does not have a good sneaker community base as far as like even like resale stores. Um, so I'm somebody that always like eBay hunted, and now I'm on like Poshmark. Um,
mm-hmm.
I'm now for a good deal. I don't pay resale prices ever. Even the new stuff that I buy, it's on sale. I don't mess with resale market at all.
I got you. I don't either. So I'm with you on that. Um, the part of Maryland you from, are you like near the DMV or is it like somewhere else?
So I live in Elkridge, which is smack dab in the middle of like everything. So I'm like
Okay.
15 minutes from Columbia, Ellicott City, Baltimore. I'm kind of like just on the outskirts of everything, but also in the middle of everything.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
grew up just after the era of the Air Force One being like reintroduced and reborn.
Mm-hmm.
I also grew up in the area, in the era of, I'm in the middle, right? So like, I'm the OG to a lot of the young kids, but if you look at like Abdul or EJ Hunt, who claim to be the OGs, they're only 10 years older than me. So, it's like you don't always get the same love as people who are doing it 10 years before you, but you're still there.
Yeah, I know exactly how that feels. Trust me. I feel you. Oh man. Nah, I get it. I get it.
I have a lot of little discrepancies in mine, guys.
I didn't hear that last thing you said. What'd you say?
Oh, I said I have a lot of discrepancies with a lot of these guys.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay. So as we make it, we're already kind of at halftime already, which is good. So with you being from Maryland, I have some either or questions for you before we get to the
Sure.
next segment. Um, so um, where you're at, are you red? I'm still gonna call them the Redskins. Redskins or Ravens?
Um, so I don't follow football, but I will root for either one because both of them are a home team. However, I'm more privy to the Ravens than the Commanders.
Okay. Well, as a Clevelander, a Browns fan, I'm not gonna hold that against you. You know what I mean? Because the Ravens technically are the Browns, but it's cool. Not even
There
gonna
you
get into
are.
that. That's a whole
See,
other.
they're definitely the Colts too. So,
Well, to me that's a little different, but I feel you. I feel you.
is
Okay.
it though? I'm
Well, I
just
mean the Colts
saying.
left y'all in what 1984 and became the Indianapolis Colts. Art Modell moved the Browns to Baltimore and turned them into the Ravens. So it's different.
I mean, the Wizards could have been the Bullets, and it's like it's all about perspective, bro.
Well, I mean, I feel like that was just a name change because they wanted to change the image of the city because of the violence. But
And
I
guess
get you.
what? And the Wizards suck. So should have stuck
Well,
to Baltimore. Better basketball city.
well, I feel like the Bullets / Wizards have had some times. You know, y'all had the Jordan era and uh, Gilbert and
Gilbert
them.
Arenas, that's my favorite player.
Because being from Cleveland, we had a lightweight rivalry with y'all. Every year the
Yeah.
Cavs and the Wizards would play in the playoffs. But
Uh-huh.
okay,
The Soldier Boy era.
yeah, Deshaun Stevenson, I remember that.
Yeah,
All right,
that was
so
great. That was a great time.
yeah, yeah. Now, if you had to choose between the two, you going raffle or lineup?
Lineup all day. I
Okay,
think when you
okay,
put in the time and the energy, you should be rewarded. Um, but I can also say, personally, I'm a people person. So the amount of people that I've met and and maintained relationships with from lineup era is way beyond just shooting your shot in a raffle. Um, yeah, I lined up for the Kobe Galaxy, and the person that I met 15 years later, I'm still cool with. You know, you don't get that in an online raffle. Um, I'm somebody who like if I'm in the 10th person in line, I want my 10th pair. I don't want to like save my money, save my time, and not even get a shot at winning the shoe that I want.
fair enough. Fair enough. I get that. Um, Black Cement 3 or Black Cement 4?
3.
Black Cement 3. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. I
All right.
I had my pair saved for me at Champs in 2000. What was that? 17. Um,
18.
has my name on the bottom. Um, that's a shoe that like I know a lot of people want to like dress up like 11 in a suit, but I would wear a 3 if you put me in a tuxedo. Um, the leather, the black or the elephant accent. I don't know. I love it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, Van Skate High or Chuck Taylor High?
Man,
Ah,
um, I, I love the. I know you're a conference guy, but I love the history of a Converse, but they are so uncomfortable on foot. I'm going Vans all the way.
okay.
Hey,
Now,
I do
hey.
30. I do 30 days of Vans every year. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. As we jump to the next segment, with Vans, you have a favorite silhouette of Vans? Is it old school, an era, a slip on, a skate high?
It's probably on an authentic, to be honest. But the
Okay.
thing that I love about Vans is similar to New Balance, where it doesn't matter the price. They don't they don't change the quality. So it can be collab, a whole package or whatever, and the $65, $75 is just as good as the Vans Vault. And that was part of the reason that I kind of started collecting was I could get that sneaker itch, if you will, for a cheaper price and not feel bad about it. I didn't have to wait for it to be on sale. And that's really one of the reasons that I started to collect Vans.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of which, I got a brand new pair of Vans Fillmores right here. The budget skate high.
Okay, well, is that the
Huh?
pink suede? Pink suede or no?
Nah. This is a budget van. It's not like a fancy one. Like I said, it's a
Okay.
Fillmore. It's not
No,
even a skate
the
high.
the pink suede is so good though. It was hard to
Hmm.
see. You're
Yeah. Yeah. Most of my Vans aren't
I
here. I just have
gotta
these and a couple others.
I know I gotta know if there's something that you specifically want me to pull out or show you. Since I am in the sneaker room, if there's something that you want me to show you that you're wondering about.
There isn't anything specific, but if you want to show us some stuff that's you like, you're more than welcome.
All right, maybe we won't get there. They're funny.
You said what?
Oh, I said there's plenty that I can show you, but won't get to that point maybe towards the end.
Okay. Okay. Um, so, we all have to kind of get online, to try to get these shoes now. What's the probably the hardest L you've had to take? Probably we'll say since the pandemic.
You're breaking up. Sorry. We've all had to get online since the pandemic.
What I'm saying is, what's the hardest L you've had to take, shoe wise since the pandemic?
I don't do anything online, to be honest. I don't go on sneakers. I don't nothing. I buy what I want. Um, I'll wait for shoes to go on sale, but a lot of what I buy is eBay, Poshmark. I don't wait. I don't do any of that. And to be honest, the reasoning is I had Sean Witherspoon Air Max 197s in my cart, and sneakers um, canceled them, and then I drove to Philly for Lapstone and Hammer, and they had my size in the window, and the owner, who I'm friends with, Ryan, said he already had them for somebody else, and after that, I just said, "Fuck it, I'm not doing new releases unless they end up in my hand." So I don't do a lot of new releases, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, I'm somebody who I buy what's obtainable. I buy what I can get, and that's it. Um, Again, we kind of touched on. I'm not going to get my hopes up and enter 47 raffles and only get one pair. That's not how I grew up. I grew up with, if you're the first in line, you got what you wanted, and that was it. And so now, like I got the reimagined Cement 3, but that's probably the newest shoe that I've gotten. I got a pair of the Penny One or Penny soul, not soulfly. Whatever the
Social status?
like, yeah, social status. But I got them on social status for like $79. So like, I don't pay retail for anything. It's just not who I am. And yeah, I'm not entering 57 raffles for one pair. Just I don't do it.
Okay.
I can go on Facebook Marketplace. I've gotten, let me say, in 8 months, I've gotten 75 pairs for free. That's how I am.
Mm.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
did you manage that?
Facebook Marketplace. Also, like, I have a friend who, he's about 10 years older than me. He'll clean out his collection, paint what you want. So it just really depends. I've had people who they, they know that I'm the person who loves sneakers, and I'm not just in it for um, the hype or like the whatever, like the commentary. So like I had a friend who died a pair of off-white Air Forces and he gave them to me for free because he knows I'm gonna actually wear them. So I've had a few of those in the last 8 months. But as people know that I truly love my sneakers and I'm not just in it for respective purposes.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Now, in the last 3 years, what's the biggest win that you've got? Like, what's the shoe that's meant the most to you that you've bought?
In the last 3 years. I'm trying to think. I went to SneakerCon, I think 3 years ago in DC, and I got 3 pairs of the Negro Elite pack, including a pair of Air Force Ones and 2 Dunks, all for $35, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, those Untold Truth sneakers are great.
Yeah. So again, like I don't. It's hard. It's hard for me because like I don't buy what most people think about. Um, just not who I am. A friend of mine, the Wash Vintage, sent me a pair of the Wale A6 threes for free. Like that's a cool sneaker. Um, I got a pair of the Buzz Lightyear Vandal Low at a thrift store for like $15. Um, a friend of mine from the Netherlands. You ever heard of Daily Sneaker Steals?
Yep.
Yeah, he sent me a care package a few months ago. Yeah, I I have people that look out for me because they understand that I'm not just posting it for likes. I'm posting it because I like it myself.
Nah, I feel you. I mean, I kind of feel the same.
Like this one, I got these for like $29.99. So
Okay. Is that
it's a clean pair.
what year is that from? Is that a '99? Is that a
2015, I think.
2000? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, with a dunk wave, it's like if I don't buy the newest dunk, for me it's a lot better. You know what I mean?
Nah, man. I mean, I'm with you. I'm not really, like the only new releases I bought this year are those reimagined threes and the those all red sixes because I just have a thing for Jordan sixes.
I know
But
you do. Yeah.
I just you know everything you're saying I agree with. I mean, I love my sneakers. I don't post them for likes, and I
Yeah.
don't, I'm not trying to be like, hey, look at me. I'm really proud of my collection, and that's why
I
I
mean,
show it.
I
So
am, and there's part of me that like I grew up in an era where like I probably could have made money from the sneaker scene, but I never changed who I was and what I did in order to do so. You know what I mean?
all right,
And part of me is like, damn, I should have. But I guess I am who I am, and I'm always going to take it with a grain of salt. Um, I know that my collection will kill pretty much anybody, but I'm just here to enjoy them because they're for me, and that's it.
yeah, yeah. Nah, like I said, I know the feeling. I feel you. Um, nah, I mean, okay, okay. So, are there any new releases this year that have your attention at all that are still coming?
This year, so I really like the Gore-Tex 6. I don't know when that comes out, but
Okay.
I'm really like I know a lot of people hate on the Yeezy Wave, but the ACG and the Yeezy Wave, where it's like the sneaker boot thing. I
Mm,
love that.
mm,
I love like the diversity of a sneaker that you can wear in the spring, summer, fall, like all at the same time. So I really want those Vortex sixes. Um, the Olive Five, I know it's next year, but my pair broke, so I want another pair. Um, but no, like I said, like I kind of just wait. If I can find a pair on sale, cool. But I'm not paying 250, 220. Like I'm not.
no, I get it, man. I get it. Like I knew because of certain shoes when they come out, like I knew the Burgundy Five wasn't gonna sell out, and I
It
know that
just doesn't look the same.
nah, just like the Chambray Seven, the Flint Gray Seven, like none of that stuff looks the same. Even
No.
the green beans look different. I put my '06 and my new
Yeah.
pair next to each other.
Yeah. My parents in the closet. So
Yeah, to me, the only shoe from back in the day that they brought back that looks the same, that Midnight Navy six, the white with the
was
navy.
was was pretty solid. Yeah. Even the um. Well, they never run it back, but I mean, like the Bordeaux weren't too bad. Um. There are some that are okay that I'm willing to
Yeah,
like settle for, but I would rather pay that lesser price 3, 4 years later than I would buying them out of the store the day of.
I got you.
You
I
know.
got you. Yeah, like with the Bordeaux seven, to me the pair from 15 looks a lot more like a 92 than the pair from 11, but they're both good. But just here recently, a lot of these early and mid 2000s retros that they're bringing back, and it's only some of them, like the Lightning looks a little different. Um, the Thunder looks the
I
same,
think
but
I
you
think
know,
I'm okay with the Lightning because what I do hate is when there isn't any difference because I think there's a weird part of me that's like if you claim, oh, I unds or whatever, like you can't tell the difference. So I would rather know that you like are wearing the newer pair than trying to claim that you had the old pair. If that
right?
makes sense.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's cool that you got the Lightning, but like you didn't have them in '04, '05, and '06. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's okay to admit that you didn't have them then.
yeah. I mean, they were kind of hard to get back then. Like you had to get them from Jumpman 23. They weren't like a regular release, so you know
Yeah. And I
you got
mean,
like a
went
windbreaker.
crazy. We all went crazy when Wale wore them on 106 and Park. So
Mm-hmm.
like, like it's just we gotta all justify that like history.
Yeah, that's a good reference. 106 in Park. Oh man.
Man, that was the stage. A lot of people wore some crazy things on 106 and Park.
Sure, for sure. Okay, okay. Now, if you had to narrow it down, having hundreds of sneakers, could you do a
Yeah,
top five?
I think so.
Okay.
Um, Black Cement 3. Um, I think my top five would be kind of one of those. You know how like the new age says, if you own these top five, you're a real sneakerhead.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think that's where I'm at. Like Orlando, Composite 1, Black Cement 3. I have one pair of Chicago 85 ones. I have a pair of De La Soul Dunk Highs or SB Highs. Um, and the one that I will throw out there, it, it's a top five, but in this only in this perspective. I grew up in the Nice Kicks webpage era. Nice Kicks was like the go-to. They had celebrity sneaker stalking and all that. I have the New Balance 1600. And to me, it's one of the cleanest pairs of New Balance that I have. That would be in the top five.
Okay. Okay.
It doesn't say Nice Kicks anywhere but the insole, um, but it really shows what New Balance is about. Very, very clean. Um, Quality is amazing. So, just a little bit of everything from every era.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, what direction would you like to see your collection go in the future?
Oddly enough, I want to get back into newer pairs because as much as I love my old stuff, I get tired of opening a box and it not being wearable.
I got you.
or or being like anxious or upset that it might break, or not that I necessarily like want to fit in, but I don't want to worry so much, right? Like I just kind of want to wear without the regret of it falling apart, or I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I'm on to the Maryland Fair with a pair of the Digi Camo Penny Fours, and I'm just leaving a trail of breadcrumbs behind me. Like I don't even think about I can't wear them. So I kind of want to get back into, I don't want to say fitting in with what's going on, but like at least having a few pairs that I can just wear and how to keep up with the times and not worry about if they're gonna fall apart or not.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, before we go, did you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man, I would love to know um, how did you manage to keep 1,500 pairs of shoes?
Well, it's a challenge. I mean, having sneakers here and there. In this place I'm at now, I just have Converse here. Everything
Oh,
else
yeah.
is, you know, I call where I'm at the trap. But it's hard, man. And I mean, I am able to keep track of a lot of them through. I don't buy anything off StockX, but I do have a portfolio on there where I have,
I,
you know, everything listed.
yeah, I feel like in my time, I probably owned 1,000 pairs, but
Hmm.
I never had the foresight, if you will, or like I would help open stores, or if money was tight, let some things go. But like I've always wanted like a high number, but I've never really like what's the word, like been like worried if they like come and go until now. And now I look back and I'm like, I've owned so many like high end pairs that I never worried about, you know. So I was a little, like, how did you even think of keeping so many?
Well, unfortunately, it's one of my character flaws. I'm a bit of a glutton. I'm the guy where if I'm going to the buffet, I'm getting like 5 or 6 plates, but I really only need two. So
I
that's
love
part
it.
of it. But you know, I mean, it doesn't help that Converse is my employer, so
Yeah,
that
but
technically
that's
means
only like that's somewhat recent,
well,
right?
yeah, I've been working for them for almost 3 years. But I mean, I've worked for Hibbett Sports. I've worked for Foot Locker 5 or 6 times, including my times at Champs.
Okay.
Um, I've worked for DTLR. I've worked at a lot of shoe stores and for shoe companies. So that's part of why
Okay.
it's just part of it. But I thrift a lot too. So, um, I mean, I love going to a thrift
So
store and
my
finding
next
something
question
like
is,
this. Just some random vandals. You talked about vandals earlier, so you know.
yeah, I got laser. There you go.
Okay.
Um, what is your biggest regret as far as like either letting go or like is there a pair that you're like I really should have held on to those?
um, my biggest sneaker regret is the Nike account that I was running in 2015. I had a chance to get the 2015 Chicago's and 2015 Shattered Backboards for $87 a piece, and I didn't buy them.
Hmm.
At the time, because my Chicago's are the 94 pair. They're the pair I've had the longest. So,
Yeah,
um,
I've seen you
at
post
the time,
those.
yeah, like at the time, like I knew they were going to be big, but I didn't think it was going to be same thing with the Shattered. It's like I didn't really think it was going to be the way it is. Jordan ones were always attainable. So it's kind of
Yeah,
like the fact that it's a $2,000 shoe, $1,500 shoe is kind of ridiculous to me. But that's probably my biggest regret because I still
but
was thinking with the
that's just it's an aftermarket price for me. Like that
yeah.
doesn't tell me anything. In my like personal opinion, because to
Well,
me
it just
the way that the resale market is now is the richest person on earth wants them that bad, not necessarily the person who actually wants to wear them
hmm
but has the money to obtain them. To me, the resale market doesn't make any sense because we've all been in a place where we want a shoe, but 10, 15 years ago, you could get it for 200 or 300, not 46,000.
right,
It's bullshit.
right.
You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I don't believe in resale either. It's kind of like if you let the shoe go and you don't get it on release day, it's like I may get it and it may be $100 over or something like that. Like I don't even want to pay that, but paying the money that they want for these shoes now is just crazy, and it's something I've never done. I don't even be wanting to pay retail, let alone resale.
No, me either. Okay, so
So,
I think my last question is, what is the what do you think is the craziest thing in your collection? Like, whether it be limited, not limited, like, what is if you had to narrow it down, the pair that you're never gonna let go?
hmm. Other than those Chicago's, it's a few shoes in that vein. Like I'd never sell my South Beach LeBron 8s, my Dornbecker 6s, any of my Converse weapons. Um, I have some,
I love the weapon.
yeah, I have
I
some
love the
Metallica
weapon.
Chucks I'd never sell because it was so hard for me to find them.
Yeah.
Um, my De La Soul SBs, the high ones from 2005, I would never sell those. Um, so
This one?
it's a few. Yeah, that one. Um, so yeah, it's my neutral.
since we're gonna go on a slow little quick, that's not harder.
Okay, I remember those. Definitely from Champs. When we had the poster with King and Martin jersey, and Jay Z was standing next to the jersey.
Yeah. This is probably my most
Okay, you
favorite
got
pair.
a autographed Shaq shoe. Wow,
Shaq sent this to me personally, the size
wow.
23. Um, I tried to meet him when he played in Boston, and then I tried to meet him recently. He was a DJ at Orioles game in Baltimore, and I just haven't been able to do it. But talking to him on the phone and having this, I've won sneaker contests with this, and being a 5'3" white guy that played basketball in high school and college, Shaq was like the guy that you wanted to be. And owning one of these, not a lot of people have one of these, so this is definitely one that like I cherish a lot.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I have even close to that, I have a pair of Shock Certifieds in a size 17 that were made for Lamar Odom.
Oh
Um,
wow,
so at one of my old houses, I used to have them on my mantle before I got married. Um, I had like his McFarlane next to it and stuff, but nothing's autographed. I've had a few Glorias through the years, LeBron ones and twos, but that's the only thing I got even close to that Shaq. That being autographed and you had to talk to him, that's amazing, man.
now so behind me is my like little display cases and like original '96 Concord. I had the pair, and one of them got stolen at a sneaker show, but I still have the other one. Um, but these are like the things that mean a lot to me. Here, I know Magic recently got talked about for not going with Nike, but that's a pair of.
I
Oh,
got
you
you.
got a pair too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
How
I got
much
a
did
pair
you
too.
pay? That's what I need to ask.
I got because I took, they've crumbled, so I'm gonna get them swapped with a Converse G4, which is a current basketball sneaker.
Yeah?
But
You have a
these
hang tag?
lasted for. It's in the it's in the box over there,
It's in the
but it's
box.
kind of faded. Um, but yeah, I want to say I paid like $100 for these back in 2006, and they lasted probably until 2012 before they started to crumble.
$35.
Hmm.
The one thing that I do try to like really do is everything is my size, even if it's not wearable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, other than the shacks, but I have original Agassiz, um, original '92 Olympic 7, but everything is my size. I don't buy out of my size. Even I don't resell like I'll resell if I need money, but not as a
A job.
reseller. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So anyways, um, even now, you see, I'm doing the 60 days of Air Forces because I love the model. I love to bring attention to things that I think are almost like you know, dying. That don't set their ways. Bring Air Forces back. Like it's such a iconic shoe, and it's kind of lost a lot of its love. You know what I mean? But I also think that everything is oversaturated. There's too many of everything. So yeah,
Okay. All right. Now, before we go, one
yeah.
last question. Now, I know you do the fit grids. I enjoy them.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
No problem. What is your favorite? Like off the top of your head, like what's one where you like? Yeah, I really killed them with that.
So that's what I hate about FitGrid. I I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a lot of beef with Outfit Grid because they post what is the most hype or the most money without the most creativity. And there's times that I'll post something that's a little more like hype, like today. Um, but I don't think dressing equals money or money equals dressing. So there are times that, like, honestly, one of my favorite grids was when I did the interview for Puma, and I put in like a 1980s Wrangler, like Texas button down with a blue suit and a pair of A-Life Pumas. To me, that takes creativity. It doesn't have to mean money. It doesn't have to mean hype. I think too many people get caught up with if it has a name brand or it costs $200, $300, $400, that means it's stylish. It doesn't. I only buy Uniqlo cloths because you can get it. It's $14.90. When I don't have to like go out of my way to get it. You know what I mean? I'm not into the amount of money it costs means that it's flashy. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, man.
So like even the Pumas that I wore, I know you're a big collector, but like nobody realizes that the tote cap is hard to find. So an A-Life Puma with tote cap, I got these on Poshmark for $29.99. Like it doesn't have to cost a lot to be rare or stylish. There you go.
Right. Right.
So that's how I am.
Yeah. Hey, Poshmark, Macari, eBay, Depop,
Love it.
always on there.
Always.
For sure. Man, I really appreciate you, being on the show. I haven't done the
For
show
sure,
and
man. We gotta link again and do a part two.
for sure.
Talking about our stories more, and I appreciate you reaching out, even last minute, and wanting to talk. I've been wanting this for a couple months, so I appreciate you hitting me up.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
We
And
we
I definitely
we're from the same cloth, I think, a little bit.
absolutely. Okay, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go, but I'll be in touch. I'll be reposting you.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
everybody follow this man, Mr. Shoe 2.0.
My man Shorty, and keep following the 60 days of Air Forces, bro.
For sure. For sure. You've been coming
All
with
right,
it.
brother.
You've been coming with it. All right, man. Peace.
I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, you too.
Peace.